All right, let's dive in. Today, we've got a brilliant and honestly hilarious story about a guy who tried to fail his way to a fortune. Yeah, you heard that right. It's this wild tale about education, being totally fed up, and the just absurd lengths someone will go to prove they're right.
I mean, think about it for a second. What if your education felt so useless you could actually get a refund? It's a funny thought, right? Something you joke about. But what if you were dead serious? Imagine marching back into your old school and demanding every penny back because you learned, well, nothing. That's the absolutely fantastic setup for Fritz Corinthi's classic play, The Refund.
So, let's get into the story. It all kicks off 18 years after graduation. A man shows up at his old school with a demand that is so out there, so bizarre, it sends the entire place into a total panic. So let's meet our guy. His name is Wasserkopf. He's not having a great time. Down on his luck, just got fired from another job, and he's decided he knows exactly what's to blame for all his problems. The truly terrible education he got right here at this school. So what's his big plan? Get some new skills? Nope. His solution is to get his money back.
And believe me, he is not shy about it. He just storms right into the principal's office and lays it all on the table. He's basically yelling that the school is responsible for him being a total failure, and now he wants a full refund. And to get it, he's ready to prove his own stupidity by taking a whole new exam.
You can just imagine the principal's face, right? Completely floored. An angry parent is one thing, but this is a whole new level. He immediately calls an emergency staff meeting, which brings us to the teacher's absolutely desperate counterplan.
It's the mathematics master who figures it out first. He points out the terrifying logic here. See, if they let Wasserkopf fail this exam, he actually wins. The school would be admitting they failed him, they'd have to pay up, and worst of all, it would open the floodgates for every other unhappy graduate. Their reputation would be toast. And this is where it gets good. It sets up the ultimate standoff. On one side, you've got Wasserkopf, who's trying with all his might to prove he's a complete idiot. And on the other side, you've got the teachers, who are desperately trying to prove he's an undeniable genius. It's totally flipped. He has to fail to win, but they have to make him pass to survive. It's just a perfect, brilliant setup.
So, the stage is set for what has to be the most bizarre exam ever given. This isn't about getting the right answers. Oh no. This is a battle of wits, where logic gets twisted into a pretzel and complete nonsense is spun into pure genius. Welcome, my friends, to the unfailable exam. Right from the get-go, Wasserkopf tries to fail with his behavior. He's rude, he's loud, he won't even sit down. But the teachers, they are ready for him. His rudeness? Oh, that's just charming, old-fashioned patriarchal manners. The fact he won't sit? Well, that's just proof of his splendid physical condition. And just like that, 2 subjects down, 2 excellents on the board.
Okay, next up is history, and this is where things get truly wild. The question is simple. How long did the 30 Years' War last? Wasserkopf's answer is just gibberish. 7 meters. But the history master, with a little nod from the math master, triumphantly calls it a profound insight based on Einstein's theory of relativity. You know, time and space, it's all connected. He passes. At this point, Wasserkopf is just furious. So next up is physics. The teacher asks him a really basic question about optical illusions. This has got to be an easy one to fail, right? Wasserkopf just completely loses it. He flat out insults the teacher and gives an answer that is the literal opposite of what's true. He yells that the clock gets bigger as he walks away. I mean, come on, that's a definite fail. But nope, the physics master doesn't miss a beat. He claims the insult was actually part of the answer, a deep philosophical point that for an ass whose senses are all mixed up, optical illusions would totally work in reverse. It's insane logic, but it works. Grade, very good. And the exam just keeps going like this. The geography master asks for the capital of Brunswick, which happens to have the same name as the province itself. Wasserkopf just sneers, same. Instantly, the master connects this to some local legend about an emperor and awards him another excellent. The guy can't fail.
Wasserkopf is losing his mind. He's managed to pass manners, history, physics, and geography with top marks just by being a total buffoon. The only thing left is mathematics. And this is where the teachers set up their final and most brilliant trap.
So, the math master asks this incredibly complex question.
Wasserkopf just blurts out some random number, and for one beautiful moment, it looks like he's actually won. The master looks grave, shakes his head, and marks the answer as a failure. Wasserkopf is over the moon.
But just as Wasserkopf starts yelling for his money, the math master holds up a hand. He says, "Hold on. Let's try just one more, a difficult one." And then he asks him to calculate the exact total amount of the refund he's demanding.
And this is it. This is where his own greed completely trips him up. Without even thinking, Wasserkopf just rattles off the entire calculation perfectly. He lists the tuition, the exam fees, the books, everything, right down to the last coin.
And snap! The trap is sprung. The math master just slams his hand on the table and yells, "Exactly correct!" He declares Wasserkopf a mathematical genius. I mean, the guy hasn't just passed, he's passed with distinction. He's been completely outsmarted by his own greed and, well, his own hidden talent.
And with that, it's all over. Wasserkopf has officially passed every single subject. According to the school's official records, he got a first-class education. The verdict is in. As they're literally throwing a defeated Wasserkopf out the door, the principal turns to his staff and proudly delivers the play's perfect punchline. "In our school, a pupil simply cannot fail." It's such a funny jab at how systems will do anything to protect themselves, and it kind of leaves you wondering, what's better, to be a certified genius or a rich failure?